Petition by Robert Wasteny. This is petition 0802 2016. The petitioner is not present, but Mr. Corbett is representing the petitioner, and he now gets the floor.
Thank you very much, and Mr. Wasteny apologises that he could not be here today. You will have seen from the petition that the petitioner argues that he, and indeed many others, will, if Brexit goes ahead, have their EU citizenship removed against their will. This is, he points out, all the more galling for those who voted to remain, and indeed, in light of what's just been said, may I add, for those who were unable to vote in this referendum. The petitioner makes the analogy of citizenship and nationality. He knows that it's not exactly the same legal concept, but they are very close. And he points out that under Articles 13 and 17 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it is, under the wording there, not possible. It says no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of their nationality. There are guarantees to citizens that you cannot be deprived of nationality against your will, and he says by analogy this should be applied to EU citizenship. So he is asking the European Union to find a way to allow those UK citizens who ask for it to retain EU citizenship after Brexit, assuming Brexit occurs. Now, I see that the proposal before us procedurally is to refer this petition, keep it open, of course, and to refer it to the Constitutional Committee and the Legal Affairs Committee. May I say that that is doubly appropriate. If to maintain EU citizenship in the way that he suggests a treaty change is necessary, then indeed the Constitutional Affairs Committee is the right one to look at it. But if it's possible, as Mr. Venables has just suggested, to keep this possibility open without changing the treaty, then indeed the Legal Affairs Committee should take it up. And I think both options should be explored. In any case, Mr. Verhofstadt, as our representative leading for Parliament in the Brexit process, will be, as a member of the Constitutional Committee, appraised of this. He has, as colleagues will be aware, already expressed a great interest in this idea and is looking into what the possibilities are from his perspective. May I just add that all these petitions show a deep and heartfelt concern among many citizens in the United Kingdom or British citizens living abroad, but both cases equally valid. They feel European. They want to keep that link. So that's a matter of the heart, but it's also a matter of the head. There are legal rights that are in jeopardy, that will be removed if Brexit goes ahead, which is of course part of the wider debate on citizens' rights which the negotiations on Brexit are about to address. The only way to be absolutely certain of retaining all existing rights is of course to stop Brexit. There are people in Britain still arguing for that, and I would invite all petitioners to join the European movement, which has become one of the fastest growing non-governmental organisations in Britain in recent months and is leading a campaign with other organisations to try to stop Brexit. But if that does not happen, if a Brexit divorce deal is agreed in less than 2 years' time, it will of course come before this Parliament for scrutiny and for approval or rejection. And the Parliament, elected by citizens, will of course feel that it is its duty to look especially at the question of how citizens' rights in both directions have been protected. And we must remember one thing, that apart from voting yes or no, the Parliament has the option, as does any individual national government, by the way, but Parliament has the option, before it votes, to refer the agreement to the Court of Justice, to ask the Court, is this agreement in conformity with the treaties, including the Charter of Rights? And of course, if the Court's opinion is that this agreement is not in conformity with the treaties and the Charter of Rights, then the agreement cannot stand. The Article 50 separation agreement is under Article 50 of the treaty, therefore it's a matter of union law, it's an instrument of union law and must be in conformity with the treaties and respect the Charter of Fundamental Rights. If there is any doubt about that, this Parliament should stand ready to refer the agreement to the Court to verify that before it votes yes or no on the final agreement. Admittedly, that will take a little bit of time. The Court would obviously have to say the clock stops on the 2-year period, but that is a procedural matter. What is at stake is much more important. It is the fundamental rights of citizens. Thank you very much.